New school, same old problems. Ellie just has a knack for trouble. Welcome to Summed Up, the series where I take a game or piece of game media, summarize it, and then give it back to you. In this one, I go over The Last of Us: American Dreams. As Ellie is dropped off at her new military school, a soldier friend of hers stops her to explain that she can't pull the same kind of stunts she used to here, and he won't be around to protect her. Ellie asks him to take her with him. The soldier says that he can't, while Ellie replies that he simply won't. Making great first impressions, Ellie quickly gets in a fight with some kids that were trying to steal something of hers. Then, another girl jumps in and beats down on the two boys. The other girl asks what they wanted. Ellie replies vaguely and doesn't even attempt a thank you. Then, the girl tells her that she should take her advice and run. Ellie doesn't listen and is the only student caught by the principal. The principal is surprised by the length of Ellie's rap sheet and starts to go on a rant of how soldiers like him are the ones that have kept humanity from completely turning into the infected. He then asks Ellie if she thinks that it's the Fireflies that are their salvation, just like many citizens seem to think. She replies that she doesn't even think about the Fireflies at all. As punishment for the ruckus that was created, the principal sends her to wash some army trucks. While washing them, she decides to put on some tunes and realizes that the girl from before stole her Walkman. With her punishment done, Ellie goes to confront the girl. She demands her Walkman back and the girl denies having it. After Ellie insists, the girl throws it at her, saying that her taste in music sucks anyway. That night, Ellie wakes up to some noise and sees the girl sneaking out of the school. Ellie walks up to her and tells her that she's going to teach her how to sneak out. After some arguing, the girl agrees so they can move and not get caught and introduces herself as Riley. Riley asks Ellie if she thinks about the future. Ellie replies that there's not much to think about. Riley says that she's wrong and she's finding a way out. She's not going to spend the rest of her life being a good little soldier. They go to a mall where Riley introduces Ellie to Winston, a friend of hers and soldier. Riley gives Winston some booze in exchange for him teaching Ellie how to ride a horse. He agrees to do so, and while Ellie and Winston are away, Riley searches through his tent. The pair returns, and while they're talking, they hear an explosion go off. Winston gets on his horse, saying that he has to find his unit, and yells at Riley and Ellie to go back to the school. Riley begins fiddling with the walkie-talkie she stole from Winston's tent, and catches a communication saying that the military is engaged in combat with the Fireflies. Riley goes off to find them, saying that that's their way out, and after protesting against it, Ellie follows her. The girls find the Fireflies group pinned down by the military. Riley takes out some smoke bombs that she also stole from Winston's tent. Ellie says that someone could get hurt, but Riley replies that they're just gonna give the Fireflies an opening to run. After convincing Ellie, the two girls throw down the smoke bombs and the Fireflies manage to escape. Riley starts celebrating, but it's a little too noisy and they get seen by the military and shot at, probably thinking they were also Fireflies. The girls run and hide in an alley. A door opens and they see someone walking out. It's an infected and it attacks them. They fight it off and Riley kills it, but more of them start coming out that same doorway. Then the infected gets shot and killed by Fireflies. Riley thanks them and tells them that they were the ones that threw the smoke bombs, when one of them walks up to her and knocks her out with a taser. When he's going to do the same to Ellie, someone yells at him to stop. Recognizing who she is, the woman asks Ellie what she's doing out there and tells the others to bag him. Ellie comes to, tied and bound. The woman from before shows up and cuts her ropes. Ellie asks about Riley and then they untie her too. The woman gets Ellie an envelope and tells her to open it when she's back at the school. Riley starts arguing that they're not going back. She knows who this woman is, Marlene, the leader of the Fireflies. Riley starts telling Marlene that she wants to join the Fireflies when some men walk in saying that the place is a smuggler's tunnel, so they have to pay the toll. They have to give up their gear. Marlene says that they're not gonna give them their guns, and a fight ensues. Riley jumps in to pick a gun off the ground, but is caught by one of the smugglers. Ellie throws a brick at him and he lets Riley go, but sets his sight on her instead. From behind, Riley picks up the gun and shoots him in the shoulder. With the man on the ground, in pain, Marlene shoots him in the head. Riley tells Marlene that that's the second time they've helped him, and Marlene throws her on the ground, asking if this is all a game to her, yelling that she doesn't know of the sacrifices that the Fireflies have to make. Riley replies that she knows all about sacrifice. She saw her father turn and rip her mother to shreds. She had to kill her own father to survive. She believes in the Fireflies. With that, Marlene drags her over to the corpse of a Firefly that died in the battle and tells her that he believed too. Drawing her gun, Marlene tells Riley that she'll make her a Firefly right now. On the other side of the room, Ellie frees herself from the guy holding her and takes his gun. She shoots at Marlene, yelling at her to get away from Riley and asking how she knows who she is. Marlene tells her that the envelope she gave her has a letter from Ellie's mother, Anna, to Ellie, Marlene then starts listing Ellie's rap sheet. She and Anna were friends, and she promised she'd look after Ellie. That's why Ellie was in the military school, because it was the safest place Marlene could think of for her. With Riley convinced, Ellie puts the gun down. Before they leave, Marlene hands Ellie a pocket knife that belonged to Anna. Outside, a defeated Riley states that there's no way out. Ellie tells her to screw everything that just happened, they'll just run away and leave the zone. Riley tells her to stop, stating that leaving will just get them a different way to die. Back in her room, Ellie sits listening to her Walkman, Anna's letter unfolded on the bed next to the pocket knife. Ellie was a troublemaker from the very start, and Riley wasn't that much better. It explains a lot about the life choices they ended up making. Click that like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you really liked it, and share the video. It really helps out the channel. As always, this is Lord Logs at Summed Up, and I'll see you next time.